Hello everyone, this is the part 2 of our new tutorial series on how to build a AI agent with the help of a LangChain library with the Ollama which actually help us to learn to run the large language model on local machine. If you haven't watched my previous video and if you are new to the LangChain and Ollama, then I would highly recommend you to watch my part 1 where I have explained how to install Ollama and how to install a LangChain and what exactly, from the coding perspective, what exactly the AI agents is, right? So we have already seen all these commands in a previous video, how we can install Ollama, how we can pull any large language model, which is available on, Ollama website, right? Then we have talked about this LangChain library and the Langchain-ollama, which actually help us to interact with the locally running large language model with the help of a Ollama, right? So we have already seen this piece of code in a running state, right? So before we actually get into, the writing a next, AI agent, let's quickly push this code to the okay, so status, right? So we have requirement.json, response.json we don't need, session AI agent, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just add requirement in session one, okay, and then I'm gonna come with okay. Now we can quickly push the code to the main branch. No, I have not created a new branch. Okay, so now let's quickly see whether we got our code or not. And whatever the code we're gonna write, I'm gonna keep pushing that over here so that you can understand. Okay, so now we are all set. We have our GitLab repo and we have Ollama's setup. We are running Queen 3.5, which is in a healthy state. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we are going to see how exactly AI agent works. So it's a session tool, AI agent. Okay, so let's quickly add it. Cool. So what we gonna do now, right? Before we go into that, let's quickly see what we are going to build now. So we are going to build a React agent. React is re for agent, for reasoning, act for action, right? And we have already talked about this workflow, right? Think, decide, act, observe, and repeat. React is pretty much same, like just referencing the same cycle. React is reason plus act. The agent reasons in text. So whatever the task you give in a text format, it reason it out, figure it out whether it requires to call. It's first, in a very simple term, tries to divide your task into a small activity, and based on that, it decide whether it needs any tool to be executed. And then it just observe the result, analyze the result, and see and try to reason again whether that small activity is completely done, and it can say that now it has to move to the next or not, right? So this is a very simple, the definition, right? So now let's see if I want to build that, right? So these are the bunch of imports which we need to do, right? So we are importing chat Ollama. This is what I said we are going to use. And then this is the new library, this is the new import which we are having. This is LangChain core. When you install a LangChain core will implicitly get installed. Then we have tools, and this is a new, right? And then we have these three different system categories, messages, human messages, and tool messages classes. And we're going to see how we are going to use it. So before we writing AI agent, as I mentioned, whatever the task and whatever the user question or the request you send to LLM, it first has to reason it out to figure it out whether the task can be done in a one go or it requires some more complicated to and fro reaction. To and fro actions, right? So now what we're going to do, we are going to write two simple tools here so that you can understand, right, what we are going to do it. So I'm just simply saying, okay, so now here we are using this decorator add tool. So what does it mean? It means that this is actually telling, okay, whatever the function you are going to write by decorating with this tool, it means this is actually some kind of identification, for your LLM, that there are some tool which can be used, but we have only defined this tool by the simple Python method by just decorating with this tool. But this is not the only thing you have to do. You have to bind that, and that is what the next thing which we're gonna do. So let me first remove this tool to that. Okay. So now we have these functions. We have decorated the tool. It's a simple calculator where we are just passing an expression. Expression means it could be your addition, subtraction, whatever it is. And similarly, you can write any method. It's just a simple bare minimum where you can understand how LLM is going to reason based on your request and how it will decide whether it has to execute these tools or not. So now we got the import and we got the tools, which we are going to attach to our AI agent. What is the next logic which we're going to write? It's a very simple and a straightforward. So now we are going to define our LLM. So let's quickly copy this so that we know what we are doing. So this comment, right? So what we're going to do, we are going to check the command. We are going to some model. Model is 3.5. Okay. Now, the next thing is we have to define our tools. So for tools, we have to create, we don't need to get the entire, the method signature. All we need is these two methods. Okay. Then we have to just put it in. So now we have a list of tools. So once you have more tools, you can just simply keep adding and you can just keep extending this particular list. Okay. So we have these tools. Oh, so we don't need these codes. So we can remove that for now. Okay. We have LLM, we have tools down. What we need to tell LLM, right? What all tools are available over there. And for that, what we need is through this LLM object, we have this bind underscore tools method through which we can just bind the tools. Right here, we have just given a name, right? So we actually just basically, bind those tools to the LLM object. Okay. And now we can simply put here as a name. So since we have only given a name, so how it is going to just figure it out, the name. So this is how. So we have defined our tools and then we can iterate through and we can just create a date by the, the name of the tools. And that is why we have just given two names in our tools list. Okay. What is next? Next, we are going to define a message because this is the message which we need to pass to our LLMs, right? And that is where, our agent tool will come into the picture. So as I mentioned, we have these two system message and human message. Tools message is something where, we're gonna get a response from the tool, right? So the system message is where we are saying, okay, what exactly you are. I think if you have write any prompt, we always say that what kind of help we need from the LLMs, and we try to just tell, okay, you are a helpful assistant and you use tools when needed, right? So it's kind of a very high level, personality setup for the large language model. And then this is the precise message where we are saying user is asking something. What we are asking, what is 123 multiplied by 456, and also how many letters are in a LangChain. So this task combine two different things, right? For the first part, it is going to use the calculator. For the second part, it needs to execute this get word length, right? So now we have written this message where we have to, where if large language model is reasoning correctly, then it has to call both the tools. For the first query, it has to call calculator. For the second query, it has to call or execute the get word length. Okay. Now we have to just use this logic. What we're gonna say, we are saying we are requiring a 10 iterations basically just to ensure, it is able to just give us an answer. So what it is doing now, we are using this object LLM with tools where we have bind the tools with the large language model, and these are the two objects LLM and right. Then we are just iterating through with the messages. What message? This is the message system plus human message which we are finding, and then we are just respond, right? If not response to call tools break. What does it mean? If it is not calling any tool, right? If it is not calling any tool, then it has to break. What does it mean? It means that now LLM has decided there is no need for call any further tool. It means that all the tool execution is done. So we can assume that we are done with all the execution which is required over here. So now we have reached to the final answer, right? And then what we are doing here is we are actually just calling this tool call, and we will understand why I have done this, because this is how the response gets created by this library, and this is how we can actually precisely filter out the precise result. And here we are using this tool message, right? So no need to worry about this. Once we see the response, then you will understand why we have to write this piece of code. But I hope this particular logic is pretty much clear. It's very straightforward. We define a bunch of tools, we define a tools list, we have an object for LLM, then we have bind, and then we have just created a dict of our tools, created a message, fed that message to the invoke, invoke method, and then we have just verifying the responses, and in the response we are seeing whether there is a tool calls is empty or not. We're gonna see in a response how this tool calls look like. Okay, so now we are all set to run this. Let's quickly run it. Python session 2. Let's quickly go to the task manager. Here we can see at this point in time, it just started executing and start using, the LLM's power. That's the reason, we can see the utilization is getting higher. Almost 90% of memory is being utilized from the VRAM, right? So it seems like it is doing what it's supposed to do, right? So now here we can see the response, right? So again, we have all these kind of stuff. And we can see the final answer is this one. Here are the 9 letters in the LangChain, right? And what I just forgot to show you the response. Okay, and we have so we can see what's going on here. Okay, quickly run one more time. So now if you just see, I mean, how powerful it is. I mean, we haven't write any code where we are saying, okay, if this is the situation, then you have to use calculator method. And if we are asking this, then we have to call this get word length, right? This is what the AI agent intelligence is. So basically large language model is doing what usually any human actually does. If you ask these two questions by combining to any person, first it will see if this calculation needs to be done with the calculator, or the next question has to be done by just thinking a little bit, by just counting the number of characters or the alphabets or the letter we have in the spelling. These are the two different things. If you fed that to the human can easily do that, right? But we don't know what kind of question user is going to ask to our AI agents, right? So now we have to think about it. This is the capability, this large language model is having, which can reason and which can take a action, right? So if you can do the proper reasoning and take the proper action with the help of the external tools, which we have, all the interaction which you can provide to your LLM with the external applications of the system, then you can build any kind of AI agent which can autonomously do the job for you. So I hope this clarifies, what this AI agent precisely is, how AI agent actually interacts with the external tool. And this actually shows that, okay, if we understand the power of LLM, how it can interact with the external world with the libraries like LangChain, then we can do any kind of wonder, right? So this one is the very basic and the simple AI agent which we have written just to understand the capability what this can do. In our next session, we are going to just make a little bit more complicated AI agent, and then we will just try to consume, the messages from the user rather than just hard coding what the way we have done over here. And then we will just take it to the next complicated AI agent, and probably after 2 or 3 sessions, probably we will reach to the point where we can start picking up a small software development lifecycle task to build those simple AI agents. And at the end, probably we have to just combine all those AI agents to just do the end-to-end software development. And that is what I was expecting to achieve by the end of this tutorial series, right? Let's quickly come here and see what we can see over here. Now we can see this content, right? So here we have this tool call, right? So if you just see additional quarks, we have response, right? We have models created at blah, 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 blah. Name, right? Here you can see the name is calculator, argument is this one, ID is this one, type is tool call. Then we have this name. So basically this one is being created by the our LLM response. So basically this is the reasoning, right? If you just see, this is the first, right? Then if you just look at what we had done, right? So we have created two print statement that this is the complete response, and then we have a response for the tool calls, right? And this is where we have this tool calls, right? So once this is done, and the next time, after a first iteration here, we can see this list just become empty. What does it mean? It means that once, for in a first go, it will just write both response as well as tool calls, but then it execute those calls, right? Once those tools execution is done, then there is no need for executing any tool. That's the reason we are seeing this tool calls is just becoming blank over here. And then in response, once we have that tool calls as an empty list, then it is just breaking it out, and then it is moving to the actual showing the result. I hope this clarify, and then we just see the final answer and the number of minutes, right? This is what the power of large language model, and this is what React reasoning plus action, and this actually proves our cycle, right? This one, the very first one, right? User asks the question, LLM thinks and decide whether it needs to call any tool or not, and then it verifies the tool result. If it satisfies that, then it's give the final answer. But if it is required to execute more tools, then it's keep doing that until or unless that complete task is done. So I hope now this clarify precisely what AI agent is, what exactly it's capable of once you just integrate the execution of a external tool. In the next section, we are going to add a little bit of more complexity, right? Just to see, and we are not going to hard code any request. We are going to create an AI agent where, we will be asking something through the prompt and see in a different situation how our AI agent, handle those requests. Okay. So thanks for watching this. As always, stay healthy and keep learning new things.